So good morning students. Now we're going to learn about economics third lesson, money and credit. Okay. How many things can you buy if you are given only 10 rupees? Can you buy a dress for that money? If not, how much money would you require? Why do we use cards instead of money? What are credits? Let us know all about money and credits below. Economics is a study of the circulation of money in the market. In order to understand economics properly, we first need to understand the terms of the subject. Money and credit are two of the most commonly used terms in economics and are quoted at literally the basis of the entire study. Barter system. Which means exchange goods. Actually, it is an old method of exchange. This has been used for centuries and long before money was invented. So the people were exchanging services and goods for other services and goods in return. But today bartering has made a comeback using techniques that are more sophisticated to aid in trading. For instance, the internet. In ancient times, these systems involved people in the same area. However, today bartering is global. The value of bartering items can be negotiated with the other party. Bartering doesn't involve money, which is one of the advantages. You can buy items by exchanging an item you have but no longer want or need. Generally, trading in this manner is done through online actions and swap markets. Disadvantages of and advantages of bartering. Just with the most things, there are disadvantages and advantages of bartering. The complication of bartering is determining how trustworthy the person you are trading with is. The other person does not have any proof or certification that they are legitimate, and there is no consumer protection or warranties involved. This means that services and goods you are exchanging may be exchanged for poor or defective items. You would not want to exchange a toy that is almost brand new and in perfect working conditions for a toy that is worn and does not work at all, would you? It may be good idea to limit exchange to family and friends in the beginning. Because of good bartering requires skill and experiences. At times it is easy to think the item you desire is worth more than, and actually is an underestimate the value of your own item. On the positive side, there are great advantages to bartering. As mentioned earlier, you do not need money to barter. Another advantage is that there is flexibility in bartering. For instance, related protecting So products can be traded, such as portable tablets in exchange for laptops, or items that are completely different can be traded, such as lawn mouse for televisions. Home can now be exchanged when people are traveling, which can save both parties money. For instance, if your parents have friends in another state and they need somewhere to stay while on a family vacation, their friends may trade their home for a weeks or so exchange for your parents, allowing them to use your home. Coins. A coins is a small flat round piece of used primarily as a medium of exchange. They are standardized in weight and produced in large quantities in a mint in order to facilitate trade. They are most often issued by a government. Actually, the coins often have images, numerals, or text on them. Observes and is opposite to reverse refer to the two flat faces of coins and medals in this usage. Okay, now one question: what is money? What is money? We all know money as a paper notes. Money is a paper notes that we use to buy goods and services, but money is much more than that. It is a form of currency that is used in our day to day monetary transactions. Money need not necessarily be in items terms of paper notes. There are several forms of money available today, such as plastic money, which is in forms of debit cards and credit cards. Digital money, which is in form of the amount you may carry in your e-wallet. With advent of technology, the nature of money has also drastically changed. Initially, we used coins and paper notes to purchase goods and services. Although this form of currency is still available and sufficiently circulated in the market, so the market has seen a steady rise in other forms of payment. Basically, the use of money in any form is make and receive payments in return for goods or services. Traditionally, RBI issues the currency notes, which can be used to make monetary transactions. But of late, several new modes of payments have also entered the market. In order for a currency or a means of payment to be an authorized means, it requires the authorization from the Reserve Bank of India, that is called RBI. So therefore, only those means of making and receiving payments that have the authorization of RBI will be considered valid means of payments, whether it is the paper money or digital money. In the forms of money, as already mentioned in several forms, not just the paper currency. Let us find out what are the different forms of in which money circulates in the market. See one by one. Bank deposits. We do not use all the money then we earn. Bank deposits are one of the most common forms of money. As they are means by which people save their money. It is always encouraged to deposit money in the bank. As that way, the money does not remain stagnant and keeps circulating in the market, and the depositor can earn a certain amount of interest. So these deposits are also called demand deposits, as they are withdrawable or demand. And next check. A check is another form of money. Check is another form of money. At times we do not have cash in our hands, or the transaction is of a hefty sum that cannot be given in cash money. In that situation, a person can write a check in the name of bearer. The bearer can present the check to the concerned bank and get the money either in cash or have it deposited in his or her bank account. So this form of money is attached to your bank deposits. So you must have a bank account. You can use check. And next, credit. So the credit is means of lending. Credit is a means of lending. So the people often need money to start a business or pay for college fees and other such huge expenses which may not be possible to meet in cash and in one go. For such situations, there are credits. In credit, you borrow money from the bank to meet your expenses, whether to pay of college fees or to pay the vendors for any business supply, or to purchase a new house or car, anything. Basically, anything that requires a huge sum of money. Thus, credit is an important part of monetary circulation in the market. It is the money that generates more money for the bank, which bank can again put into circulation, thereby raising the GDP of the country. GDP means gross domestic product. GDP means gross domestic product. How does the bank give credit? As per RBI guidelines, banks are expected to keep few cash deposits with themselves. So this is normally 15% of the total cash deposit. It is called cash reserve ratio. What is that? Cash reserve ratio. So banks circulate the money deposited by customers in the banks by lending it out to businesses at rate of interest as a credit, which then acts as the income of the bank. At times it may happen that a certain depositor comes to withdraw money, but their money is in circulation. During such times, banks pay the depositor out of the reserve deposit. The money in circulation is called as the credit money. So it is payable by the debtor of after a certain fixed period of time, often with a certain amount of interest. Credit cards. Next, credit cards. Another forms of money is credit cards. They are used by people to make huge sum of payments for goods and services where they do not have sufficient cash. These payments are done electronically and are a kind of loan to the person who availed the credit facility. So most of the people prefer using cards as it eliminates the need for carrying cash. In both cases, money and credit are circulated in the market, generating more money and assisting in development. So therefore, it is important to understand the concept of money and credit. It is the money and credit that helps us improving our economic further. Okay, students. Thank you.